Hey Ummas! Welcome to the Old Umma Club. I'm Joyce.
And I'm Sophia.
We are two friends in Los Angeles who had so many great coffee chats about our love for Jesus, being Korean in biracial marriages, and having kids mid-career, mid-30s. So we decided to turn it into a podcast.
So grab a cup of coffee and join our conversations about aching backs, motherhood, marriage, Jesus, and everything in between. You ready?
하나,
둘,
셋, let's go!
Let's go.
Hello, Ummas!
Hello.
This episode is episode 3. Welcome. And today we're going to be talking about what's aging us right now. Newsflash, it's our children. This episode we're planning on it being lighthearted, a fun episode, just really more of a chat of the same things that we're going through, almost like commiserating, you know what I mean? Because like company likes like company. So we're going to be splitting the conversation to 2 topics. Topic 1 is what's aging us, like as in like what is actually contributing to our ailments. And then second part is what is making us feel old. It's just more of like a self-perception thing that's kind of like impacting.
Yeah, they're 2 quite different things, but at the same time they are very related.
Yes. Sometimes they feel like they're the same. So we had like to really divvy out as we're talking about this, like, okay, how are they different?
Yes.
So.
And I mean, as a caveat, we know we are not old, but we are aging. And also,
we are still technically ajumma.
Yeah, and that kind of hit me one day when I realized I fit every criteria for being an ajumma.
I know, but I'm not an ajumma. Just because I'm a kid too.
You're a little you're like a trendy ajumma, like a cool ajumma, but you are indeed an ajumma.
I know.
Joyce, you just have to accept the fact we are hitting our middle age. We
Millennial
are
ajummas
married
are just
with children. The only thing we're lacking is the ajumma perm and the ajumma pants.
I know, the high-waisted pants.
Yes.
But they do look comfy.
But you know what? We have our own version of high-waisted pants now. This is the modern ajumma outfit. It is a t-shirt that's, I don't know, covered in goop.
Dude, all of my shirts are ruined, for sure.
Yeah. I need to throw out a lot of t-shirts right now.
Oh, yeah, but then I have no t-shirts to wear. So then
do you want me
cheap to buy.
Is your birthday coming up? Do you want me to gift you some t-shirts?
Yes.
Anyway, I think we should also reveal our age, to prove to you that we are indeed old. And hence, it's called the Old Umma Club.
Okay, I am 38 and I will be 39 in September, which is right around the time that the season should be launching for us. So we are recording currently in July, just for a time of context. But yes, I am 38 and I'll be 39 in September.
And I am turning 38 in October this year. Yeah, so I'm 37 going 38 and Joyce is 38 going 39. We are very close to 40. Yes.
39.
We are so damn old.
But we feel young and yet still
I'm sorry, this episode is all about feeling old.
In my mind, I'm still 21.
We are forever 21, guys. Actually, even when we are 79.
Age. 30 was like a... 20s was
20s is rough. Yeah.
20s was rough.
Yeah. And I think in a way, even though we call this podcast the Old Umma Club and complain about being old, I think we're both kind of glad we had kids in our 30s.
Yeah. Which is like a whole other episode in itself later on down the line.
That's a future episode.
The 20s was rough.
20s was very rough for me too. But now we are in the late 30s. We're thriving with saggy boobs, which we'll talk more in depth about. We just love talking about saggy boobs. Anyway, so Joyce, what is aging you right now? Physically, actually, biologically, chemically aging you.
And environmentally. So I will also make the announcement that I am pregnant. So I am approaching week 20 as we are recording this right now.
Can't believe it. It's coming up soon. Baby number 3. Technically pregnancy number 4. And
And then being pregnant is aging me. I was like,
for
everything
sure.
about
Every
pregnancy in the late 30s, right? I mean, granted, I started my pregnancies in my mid 30s. Like I delivered my first when I turned 35. So I already started in the geriatric world, but which is like so normal in our generation now.
Quote unquote geriatric.
Yeah,
Such an offensive term.
But there is like, I think also the fact of having 4 pregnancies and getting 3 successful, like happy pregnancies, like in under 4 years. It was like my pelvic floor.
That's pretty tough on the body, yeah.
Yeah, because technically it takes 2 years for your body to like actually recover back.
Only 2 years?
Ish. So I was like, oh gosh. But physically what's aging, like the actual process of pregnancy has been aging me. And like the lack of sleep on top of being pregnant and the hormonal fluxes of pregnancy, plus the 2 kids are still not sleeping very well. It's like a miracle when they both sleep at night. That is like definitely making it so hard right now.
Yeah, that is definitely the common number 1 issue. And this is also why sleep training courses are such a money pit because we are desperate. We are desperate for sleep.
Yeah.
I still recall with such nostalgia, this feels like 20 years ago when I could sleep in the weekends. And I could sleep as long as I want. Oh, that just feels like heaven.
I know. When I talk to like my girlfriends who are still single and no kids, they're like, I had such a rough night of sleep and I slept in until 11. I was like, oh,
that must be so nice.
So, I
so
empathize.
Good for you.
I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry you had a rough night of sleep. So jealous you got to sleep until 11 a.m. to compensate for your lack of sleep. But yeah, so like lack of sleep is definitely one of them. What's another one for you, Sophia?
The lack of self-care, self-management,
Yeah.
things that you are supposed to do for optimal health.
Yes.
Like the videos that you see on Instagram about this is my morning routine and they wake up and then they have a cold plunge and then they go work out and then they have a protein shake for the second breakfast.
Yep.
And then they do a meditation and then they
Yes.
all of those are maybe possible, but it does feel impossible for me right now.
Yeah, the regularity of doing things, right? I think there is something to be said as like humans, we thrive on regularity and on schedule. And I think as a parent, yes, there's some level of regularity for us, but not really, because our entire focus is on the regularity of our child.
Yeah.
And like, I get it. People are like saying like, the whole like, this isn't self-care, this is basic necessities. And yes, I agree. Taking that shower is like a human right. Like, and I get like, yes, and eating nutritious meals but it's just hard. And especially with us when we have young children.
Yeah.
Under school age, right? They're not even 5 yet. Like it is, and we have 2 kids like at home. I mean, our oldest are at school now, but even so, you still have a young life form that's like clinging on to you. It's hard. Your focus is really on their schedule. So your own schedule, your own meals, your own nutrition, as much as you try your best to make it healthy, life-giving, restorative, you're like, I'm going to just eat that mac and cheese leftover because I don't have energy to add protein to this. I hear people like, all those, there's just too much incoming voices, So then you're like, I'm going to just eat this mac and cheese.
Yeah, I have to say my main meal of the day is after the kids went to bed.
Yeah.
Because until then, I have no idea what's going into my mouth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
I'm just like grazing.
Yes, I'm a human garbage disposal. Literally, a lot of my meals during the day is when I'm cleaning up.
Yeah.
The high chair, sweeping things up, and oh, here's a half-gnawed strawberry. Put it in my mouth. Oh, here's a piece of saliva dripping pancake. Let me put it in my mouth.
Yeah. I know. I'm like, my constipation during this pregnancy is not because of the pregnancy itself. It is because my children eat all of my fruit that's on my plate. And so the only fruit I get is from eating it off of their plate remnants. And so I'm like, okay, I get to eat half an orange today. I get to eat like this gnawed on blueberry.
You have to hide in the closet to eat.
Yes.
Umma, boy,
I know.
what are you doing?
I know. Tig, my second, is such a little thief. Like everything. Even if he's full, he sees he pulls something out new. He's like, oh, me too. And then he eats it. But he doesn't want it on his plate.
Yeah.
It has to be your plate, right?
Tove does that too. One thing good though is that I don't get to eat as much snacks, like junk food during the day, because I don't want Tove to see me. The moment he hears a rustle of plastic, he can be 2 rooms over. He dashes, oh mom, what's that?
I know.
What's that? And then he will physically pry his fingers into my mouth to figure out what's in my mouth. And I'm just, nothing, what? Nothing for you. That's why I don't eat junk food in front of him.
We have this video of Tig when he was like just learning how to crawl, and he knew that wrapper sound. So Tyler has a video where he just goes to the pantry and he rustles a bag. He doesn't even open, he just crinkles a bag and he waits. And within 5-10 seconds, you see Tig just crawl all the way into the kitchen, and he's just staring at Tyler like, sup, dude? What you doing? And then Tyler just like rustles back and he sits up and he stares at him like, okay, 나도.
That is hilarious. That is hilarious. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, number 3, what's aging us physically?
Stress.
Yeah, stress is the number 1 aging factor, right? That's why they always say, that's why they try to minimize, there's all these techniques to try to minimize stress.
Uncontrolled stress, right? Because stress is normal, but stress is supposed to be like a burst thing. Like it's supposed to, like evolutionarily speaking, stress is supposed to kind of give you a little bit of adrenaline burst for you to like run away from whatever is causing that stress point. But I think the way that our society has created itself and the way motherhood has evolved, we don't get like bursts of stress. Like our stress levels are like pretty high and maintained, and that's when like
it's consistent.
That's when you start
background
seeing all
stress,
the,
and it's not like work stress where it's like you have this deadline pressing over you. It's just kind of this like a buzzing noise. Yeah, the stress we have is like a buzzing, like it's like a bee. Yeah, just flying around your head. Yeah. And you're so used to it, but it is there, and it takes a toll on your mental health and your physical health.
I mean, also like the stress levels, especially for us. Well, right now for me, it doesn't apply because I'm currently pregnant, so my body is running rampant with hormone levels. But once I deliver this baby, I expect to be joining in with a lot of mothers entering perimenopause, right? And estrogen is like a factor for us, like hormonal fluctuations, the lack of hormonal fluctuations, or even like early postpartum, like how everything drops and like we have basically 0 estrogen for a long time.
I mean, that's breastfeeding. Also, my estrogen is just down in the drain.
Yeah, and that actually, like estrogen is shown to have protective mechanisms against stressors. It's actually anti-inflammatory, right? So people have this weird thing about estrogen, but like estrogen protects women from inflammatory processes. And that's why it's so important for us to get estrogen back and to do hormonal supplementation if we can. But it protects our brain, it protects our heart, it protects our joints, like it protects everything. And then, you know, breastfeeding, pregnancy, postpartum, everything, perimenopause, like it adds hormonal stressors to our body that totally messes with your head. Yeah. And then you're just like mental. And everything is unnecessarily higher trigger of stress, I feel like. You know what I mean?
Oh, everybody knows what you mean.
Yeah. But I wonder if it's also like the perception of stress is also stressful itself.
Explain.
Like, you're like, God, I'm stressed out. And then you're focused on the fact that you're so stressed out.
Got it, yes.
And you're like, and I'm like, oh, I'm so tired. And then all you can do is like get focused on
so that mental stress aspect, I'm actually thinking a lot about this, of how I kind of just assume, okay, parenthood is just going to be stressful, full stop. But I realized that actually there are things I can't change a lot of parts about parenthood, but I can change how I respond to different things. Yes. And one thing that I realized that gives me a lot of stress is the unknown of when is the next tantrum.
Yes.
Coming.
And it's the stress of like, am I going to get a good night of sleep?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, okay, I'm going to give you this banana, but are you going to have a tantrum because it's too green or too yellow? Or is it too big?
Questions before I give this banana.
Or like when I open a juice box, do you want me to open this for you? Because if not,
do you want me to unwrap the straw?
Yeah.
Do you want me to take the straw off?
Do you want me to put the straw in or no? There's this tiny lingering just stress of, am I going to have to deal with a meltdown over this stupid thing or no?
Yep.
And I realized, how unhealthy that is for both Tove and me, right? Because I realized I'm actually legit kind of afraid of my own child. And so that prevents me from really, truly enjoying his company because he's such a joyful, enjoyable kid.
Yes.
But because I'm terrified of what may or may not happen,
you can't be present.
Yeah.
Because you're just like focused on what may happen. And it takes you away from the present. I agree completely. Actually, I just listened to a podcast. It's a replay podcast from Don't Mom Alone. And it was her conversation, the podcast host with Jackie Hill Perry.
Love Jackie Hill Perry and Mom Alone.
Yes. Yeah, and Don't Mom Alone is such a great podcast.
Highly recommend.
Oh, yes. It's a great place for resources, too. But it was interesting because the podcast host, I'm sorry, I don't remember her name, she asked Jackie Perry, like, how do you deal with not allowing yourself to get fully enveloped and engrossed on trying to keep your child happy? And Jackie said something that I was like, girl, you're so right. Why? And then she said that it blew my mind. She said, it's a lie. She's like, it's all a lie. Because your child will never be happy unless they know God. And your child, until they are focused in on God, you can never make them happy. And when she said that, I was like, oh, you're right. And I'm like, that's also the lie that Satan has filled into me of, I'm like, what do I need to do? I'm constantly thinking, what do I need to do to make my child's life so much more full, to make my child's life? And it's a really unnecessary stress. And it does consume you, and it takes away from your ability to be present, takes away from your ability to invest in your own time because you're so consumed with your child's time. Yeah. And then when she said that, I was like, you're right. I am never going to make my child happy. So I'm just going to do what I know is best for my child. And that's just my job, is to make them do what's best for them.
Right, your job isn't to make him happy.
Right.
Yeah.
My job is to make sure that they are safe, that they are loved. And love comes with boundaries and kindness. Yeah. And so I was like, oh.
You know, I just listened to that episode because you told me to yesterday. Yeah. And another thing that Jackie Hill Perry said, we are quoting her like she's the Bible.
She's a great theologian.
Yeah, she's great. Another thing that she said that I just 100% related to, she was like, I was not present.
Yes.
Because she was so used to being away and having her
alone time.
That during the pandemic, when she was forced to just be indoors the whole time, she resented her kids' presence.
But it was just hard for her because she was used to flying. So she was used to being present only for a few days, and then she got to fly and leave.
So she got to recharge by being alone. Right. Now she could barely have those alone times, and it was very hard for her. And that's me because I also used to travel a lot. Yes. I mean, not a lot, but I
long
was
stints,
Plus also when I was working, I had my me time where I could just zone into something that I loved doing, which was writing, researching, interviewing. And there were times when I felt like I had a space around myself that nobody could enter. Yes. And it was just mine. And I lost that when I became a stay-at-home parent. Yes. And that is one of the stress that I realized I have that is actually quite self-inflicted, of not being able to completely let go of like, okay, when am I going to have my alone time?
Yeah, you're so fixated.
Like, I am fixated on when is their bedtime. Yes. And then I can finally enjoy myself. I realized that it is not helpful. It is not helpful for myself to be that, and it's not helpful for my kids because then they will semi-consciously get the fact that I am not really there. I'm just waiting for them to go to bed.
Which then makes them naturally cling more to you because they can sense that there's some weird separation happening, which kids are so crazy attuned to.
Yeah, they're very sensitive.
Right. So they sense that. And so then they get more clingy, which then is a vicious cycle because then you're like,
Yes.
I just need you to stop touching me.
So it's a self-perpetuating
yes.
stress.
Yes. Yeah. And I understand, like, yes, there is a point of view of like parenthood is stressful, but I think it's just more of the unpredictability. And I think when you are a single adult by yourself without children, your life, yes, it is still stressful. It is still hard, but you have control over that time. You really do at the end of the day. You don't realize like self-sacrifice. And I think that's also what ages me is having to be so self-sacrificial because motherhood, and this is what I appreciate about the podcast, is also just Jackie Perry just saying like, the simplicity of reading a book with your child is still sanctification. And that the mundane of your life with your child is where there is blessing. And sometimes I think I get so caught up on like in all of that other stuff. And like the irregularity of like me wanting to have some of that separation time. Because as a stay-at-home parent, you don't have separation time. And so that separation time feels so sacred that you can't help but have it run in the back of your head like one's nap time. One's bedtime.
And then
I need that. I
get
now.
so angry when she had a 10-minute nap and she woke up. Or like after I put them to bed, Woody does still wake up and I get like just so mad, upset because like I finally just sat down with my big ass last meal. And I just want to be left alone and not have to go and put her down again. Yeah. And that stress level just keeps ricocheting up. Yeah.
There is no moment, right? Because even sleep in itself, you're like, okay, let me just try to go to sleep right now. Because maybe if I'm lucky, last night they woke up at midnight. So if I go to sleep right now, maybe I could get a solid 1 hour sleep. And then no, they wake up. Yeah. Like as your head is hitting the pillow. Yeah. And then you're like,
and cue the aging.
Yeah. And then there goes the lack of sleep. And then you hear, because I am one of those people that deep dive on things, and then I don't know why I deep dive on sleep science like sleep science.
Like I said,
research.
Parents are obsessed with sleep.
Yeah. And so then I'm like, oh, that's cool. They're like, yeah, talking about just like how bad sleep is and like how lack of sleep. And I was like, why am I looking at this? Because it's just making me more frustrated.
Let me just research the ways in which
trigger myself.
Yeah, that I am aging.
Yeah.
Not doing what I'm supposed
miserable.
to do. Yes. Yeah. But what you mentioned about just being every moment, the simple things being a sanctified moment. Yeah. Right now we are in the trenches. And I think this is one thing that our podcast is about. It's not about like advising you.
This
like,
is what you should do.
This is what you should do.
Because we don't know.
Yeah. We don't really know. And we're still in it. We're still trying to figure it out. And I think we're still being edified in real time and sanctified in real time. And God is speaking to us in real time. Yeah. And a lot of things that maybe to an experienced parent, an experienced mother, she's like, oh, obvious. This is, yeah. But right now we are still learning, like things need to hit us. Yeah. As we are living life in the trenches.
Yes. So let's move on to our second point then, which is what is making us feel old? Right? Like we talked about what is actually aging us, which is like the physical, like actual things that are inherent, like environmental or biological. But like what is actually just making us feel old? And I think for me, it's when I look at myself in the mirror because of the lack of sleep and I just see skin that is just hanging. Like, I don't think you ever heard this because you didn't grow up in the States, but I was like for school, there's a old, like a kid's song, but then people have replaced it. And there's like, do your boobs hang low? Do they wobble to the floor? Can you tie them in a bow? And then roll them over your shoulder. What? Can you tie them in a bow? Do your boobs hang low? Yes, they do. They do, along with many other parts of my face and my skin. And I'm like, that makes me feel old because it's like, I'm like, that's what I saw in my mom. And in my mind, my mom is old, right? But I am like, but she is almost 80. Of course she should have saggy skin. But my saggy skin seems to be in the progress of matching her saggy skin. And I'm like, something is wrong here.
Joyce, I don't know what kind of fancy mirror you have, but I don't see any sagging skin. I think the problem is not you. It is your mirror. You need to change that mirror.
It's like a carnival mirror. I was like, everything's stretched out. That's every mirror I look at. I will be upfront. I do struggle with body image issues. So I've always struggled with them. We've talked about them before in a previous episode. So that definitely doesn't help the postpartum and the pregnancy, because I'm like, I keep telling myself, I'm like, oh, I'm not fat. I'm pregnant. I'm not fat. I'm not pregnant. I don't need to cut back on eating protein. I am pregnant. I am growing a life form. And I have to like constantly remind myself, you know, the weird. So, but definitely the fatigue, and like when I look at myself of like, maybe it's just the process of looking in the mirror. I should just not look in mirrors anymore.
No, I feel you, because my answer is what makes me feel old is mirrors. And like you, in the morning, I really do not look in the mirror. In fact, like look at my room. Do you see a mirror?
Yeah, one behind you.
Oh wait, yes, but that's not. You know what?
But that one's
this
tall.
Is how much I don't look at the mirror. I didn't even realize it was there. I completely forgot there was a mirror right there.
But it's not even in a height that you can actually use it as a useful. It's just decorative mirror.
It's this decorative mirror that I would throw away right now, because I do not need any mirrors in my house. My house is gonna be a no mirror zone. I think this should be a new revolution. Like,
no mirrors.
Hashtag no mirrors. If we
every interior designer is dying right now. They're like, you need a mirror.
No mirrors. Like, I don't need to look at myself. And hence, also, I do not let anyone take a picture of me, because when I look at the picture, I'm like, holy crap. Like, what happened? What happened to my face?
Oh, girl, you look exactly the same. But I totally understand. It's just, this is what is making us feel old, right?
Okay,
so it's like all the subjective.
But another thing is like, talking about photos. Looking at old photos. You know how your iPhone pops up? Here's a picture of you from 2016.
I look so vital.
I know. I looked alive.
I know. I'm like, look. I glow. And it's not from makeup. This is actually no makeup photo, and I'm naturally glowing.
Yeah, I look at myself from like 2019, 2018, 2016. I'm like, I can't believe I thought I looked old then. I look so young.
Well, I look at Tyler, because Tyler, the amount of gray hairs he has developed since we had our first kid.
Poor Tyler.
It has not just doubled, it has tripled. And he's just like, look at how little gray hair I had. And I was like, yeah, but for men, like when they get gray hair, they're like praised for looking like
distinguished.
Yeah, and like professorial. When women get gray hair, they're like, girl, you need to go to a hair salon.
Do you have gray hairs? I don't see.
I get one. I get the most random. I want like really cute peppered hair. Like if I started getting really cute peppering of my black, like gray hair, I would totally be about it. But I just get the one in the back of my head.
Maybe you should just dye your hair white.
I have thought about that.
I'll give yourself white streaks.
It makes me look too pale. Then I have to start doing tanner, and then it's a whole process.
But I found one white hair, just random right here.
Yeah.
I didn't even pluck it out, because postpartum hair loss, every hair is precious. Right?
That is true.
I'm like, should I pluck it out? But no. What if it never grows out? I need to cling on to every strand of hair.
I know. Even like be about postpartum, like my body has been so different too. And it's like, I don't know this body anymore. And I'm pregnant. So like right now, everything hurts. But even before getting pregnant, everything was still hurting. But now just everything hurts more. Like more. And I don't remember my body hurting with my first pregnancy when I was 34. But it's like, my feet hurt. Like first trimester, I was like, my 발 너무 부었어.
진짜?
Yeah, like putting
like
on
edema.
Yeah, and I was like, what is this? And so background, I'm a physical therapist, so I'm like doing like lymphatic massage and like trying to drain my like swollen feet. I'm like, it's the first trimester. If it hurts now, what's gonna happen later? Newsflash, it has not gone away. So I wear like compression socks.
But did it get worse?
It did.
Oh.
I don't think it like looks visibly swollen, but like it just feels like I literally walked Disneyland for 4 days straight.
Girl.
All day.
Yeah, the body aches is another thing that's making us feel old. For me, it's the back aches. I mean, I had really bad back aches for both of my pregnancies, but now like I'm one of those people who are like perpetually afraid of back pain now because once you hurt your back, it's so easy to hurt it again. I've hurt my back multiple times, and so now like if I feel a twinge, I kind of mentally freak out a little of whether, oh no, it's happening. Because the first time I hurt my back, it was from lifting weights. Okay, like that makes sense. Second time I hurt my back from just putting down a 5-pound bag of rice. Third time I hurt my back, I was just sitting still. And I just felt my back seizing up. Like I didn't do anything. I was just sitting still. So the back aches.
Yeah, mine is like, I get like a little bit of back aches. Mine is more of like joint pain, like my knee.
Oh, I
and
feel
my
that too. Yeah.
And
especially at the end of the
injuries. Day. Yeah.
You just like, all my joints kind of hurt.
Yeah, my spine definitely feels compressed at the end of the day. So I'm always like laying on my back to decompress my spine. And I'm like, oh. It's the ajuma, like,
I know. Yeah, when you're about to sit down or when you're about to sit up.
The deep satisfaction you get once you're actually like fully supine laying on your back and you're like, ah.
Yeah. Yeah, except we don't have anyone to massage us.
I know, actually, sometimes the kids will like,
get on your back.
They'll get on my back, and I'm like, I now understand why my mom had me like step on her back all the time when I was young. I'm like, because this feels freaking amazing. I'm like, dang, I'm gonna capitalize on this for as long as I can.
Yeah, while they're still young.
While they're still young, and it doesn't actually feel like it's
literally
break my spine.
You know, I remember. Okay, another thing that's making me feel it is just constant fatigue.
Oh yeah.
I now know why my mother was always so tired, and I used to get really annoyed.
Yeah.
Because like we would go to the pool, and my mother doesn't even go into the pool. She just sits there, right?
Yeah.
And then she's like, let's go home. I'm tired. And I'm like, you just was sitting there doing nothing. But now I know.
Yeah.
Why?
The process of getting to the pool itself,
yeah.
You're like, why? You're the whole time you're packing everything and getting everything. You're like really questioning life. You're like, why did I do this to myself? Is this worth it? Is this worth it? And then you get there and you're like, I still don't know if this is worth it. But they look happy. So I guess it is worth it because it's a fun experience.
So David was gone for 5 whole days and we had a whole weekend together, right? So I was like, okay, let's go to the garden. And we bought a membership for the South Coast Botanic Garden.
Okay.
And we got there and I was really exhausted. Just the process of packing everything up. Oh no, you pooped. Okay, let me wipe you. Oh no, she pooped. Okay, let me change your diaper. Okay, come on guys. Let's go. And the constant repetition, like put on your shoes. Okay, let's do we have everything? Okay. It was just the bali, like the hurry rush, because I had to get there by a certain time because you have a time stamp reservation.
Yeah.
And then we got there, I'm like, I'm dying. And the day just started. We just got here.
That's whenever we go to the aquarium, I'm like, I finally get there, I'm like, oh, it is only 9 o'clock.
I know. 12 more hours to go.
We still have so much more time in this day to go, don't we?
Yeah.
I know, the rush. I will say though, I don't know if this will work for you, but Kian, what has helped lately is counting. And not like the old school counting where like, if you don't do it in 5 seconds, I'm going to slap. It's more of like, I'm giving him a parameter. So I'm like, can you put your shoes on in 5 seconds? And I'm like, it's a race. So now it's gamified. But it's just, I realized if I give him this context of accounting, it put a little boundary on him. So then he's like, oh shoot. And I tell him, I'm like, if you don't put your shoes on in 30 seconds, then I get to choose your shoes or you don't get any shoes. And so he's like, oh. And so I start counting, and you're like, walk over. He's lollygagging. I'm like, I don't mean like he's walking like with determined. I gave him 30 seconds, and so he's like, he looks like a freaking lost butterfly, just like fluttering here, fluttering there, occasionally falls over. I'm like, how do you fall over? And then he puts his shoes on. But usually he does it. My 30-second count is probably about a 2-minute wait. But it's like 1, 2. And he'll do it. It has helped a little bit. Where I'm like, you have 5 seconds to put on your seatbelt. Like, or to get your butt in the car seat. And then he's like... And then once it starts getting close to 5, he starts panicking. He's like, I can't get the belt on! And I'm like, all right, well, at least you're in the car seat. So this works.
But that's kind of helpful.
I've only been experimenting for like the last couple of weeks, and I'm like, okay, it seems to be working. Not all the time, but a little bit. And it math, it's like math, you know.
I mean, we tried that too. We bought a timer, and we were like, okay,
the timer did not work.
Yeah, it doesn't really work. He
Concept of time.
He loves the
Yeah.
toying around with timer.
Yeah.
He loves the concept of timers,
Yeah.
but it doesn't give him that sense of, hey,
Urgency.
time is ticking. Yes, exactly.
Yes. So I realized, I'm like, okay, like, because they don't know time yet. So I realized just counting when I actually need, like, let's do this now, that has helped. Because the timer thing we've done, I don't even know where our timers are now. They're all broken. They're covered with food. I was like,
Timers?
The timers. I bought like 4. And like Love Every in the subscription, they give you a timer. They're all gone. They've been annihilated. They're gone. Or they stopped working because the kids threw them so many times. And I know that I know it works for some people. Just for my kiddo, it just did not work because he's just watching it. He doesn't understand. Because minutes in a toddler's mind.
It's like hours.
Yeah, it's like eternity. Mm-hmm. So he's like, cool, I have 10 minutes.
Great. I have the whole day.
Yeah. So counting, I was like, okay, it's annoying. But I'm like, literally, my neighbors probably think I'm like counting all day. Because like every step of the way, okay, you got to put your shirt on 30 seconds. But it kind of helped a little bit, a little urgency parameter. I don't know. It does not work for all children, but it has worked for the past 2 weeks with mine.
Well, we have to be realistic here. I mean, I have a 3-year-old. You have an almost 4-year-old.
Yeah.
Age appropriateness. I don't think they are going to be dressing themselves and getting ready in 5 minutes for quite some time. Maybe never. I don't know. But
Sometimes.
Yeah, I think it's a rare child who can do that.
Keenan has started dressing himself, but Keenan is 6 months older.
I'm talking about in time.
Oh yes.
Yeah, when you say, "Hey, do it," and then they just go and do it like right then and there, or maybe I don't know. Like we need to be a little bit more on top of developing those kind of habits of immediate obedience.
Yeah, well, I mean, immediate obedience is like it's definitely a developmental thing. Because time is not of urgency for them. I will say Kian does get dressed by himself pretty decently when it's time, when he has found the urgency of doing it. But that is a skill he's only developed in the past several months.
Okay.
So I will say there is hope in the sense of getting dressed.
Okay.
And I think it's because as he's approaching for that level of autonomy, and he knows that if I get him dressed, he also doesn't get to pick his clothes. So he's all about I try to give him the yeses that he can have, and so he's like, yeah, I'll get myself dressed, and we give him some freedom where I'm like, all right, go upstairs and pick your outfit and come down. Granted, sometimes he picks a seasonal inappropriate clothes and I make him go back and change it, which is usually where the meltdown happens, and I regret it every single time.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I'm not having you wear long sleeves and long pants when it's 90
outside.
degrees outside. So yeah. And then but yeah, I think that has, I don't know how we got to this subject, but that has, there's light at the end of the tunnel.
Okay, to be continued. We shall report back.
But yeah, the fatigue of not being able to recover from things is hard. I think about when we were in our 20s and we didn't get a good night's sleep, our body...
My body just ran on adrenaline then.
Yeah, but we also didn't have the adrenaline of other things. So I think that felt so much more manageable. But I think running on adrenaline as a parent is so different and so much harder.
Because there's really never a moment to recharge when you have young kids.
Yeah.
Someone made an analogy of being like an iPhone that never fully recharges.
Yeah.
That you put it on the nightstand to recharge, and then before it hits 60%,
yeah,
it's disconnected again.
Yeah.
That's just how we feel.
Yeah. That is true. I mean, like we try, I think like you and I, we both value exercise and health and fitness help. So I think we like, we're able to find some sort of regularity and recharge in that, but it's just not enough. And when you're battling weeks, months of bad sleep, years of bad sleep, like that is, everything makes you feel old. Trying to put on your pants and your socks makes you feel old.
Bending over.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to get back up from bending over.
Stop.
I'm just gonna lay here now. Oh my gosh. And then because of the body change, like the way clothing doesn't fit well, right? And the way that current fashion trends are going. So I feel like fashion trends have made me feel old.
You mean the, what do you call it? The lower belly pant, low bottom pants.
Low bottom pants? Low cut pants? Low cut.
Okay.
Low rise?
Yes, low rise.
This is
My brain does not
We're
work.
old.
Did I say low bottom pants? I don't even know what that means.
Low bottom pants.
But it makes sense in my head because it's so low, it's almost on your bottom. I don't know. But anyway, low rise pants. Yes. Back in the 90s when low rise pants was a thing, and I thought it was buried in the graveyard forever. But no, it's been resurrected.
I will say the low rise pants has been helpful during this pregnancy.
Only when you're pregnant.
Only when you're pregnant.
After that, over my
can't.
dead body.
I can't.
I'd rather be out of fashion, not trendy, than ever go back to low rise pants. I don't know why that's coming back.
I mean, it's because now, I mean, the 90s fashion of like the crop top with the low rise. I don't think low rise ever went away, but millennials, like our generation, we just really valued a high-waisted pant. Part of it is because it's really flattering in the sense, like, especially if you have the right body type for it, because it gives you a much more cinched waist effect, right? Mm-hmm. And I remember as a kid, I used to wear low rise pants all the time, and my mom would always tell me it's going to change your waist. So my mom didn't like it. She always wanted me to wear high to mid waist pants because she was like, it's going to change your waist, and it did. Like I remember I was looking at pictures and I was like, oh yeah, like I lost my waistline.
What? How does that change your waist?
I became more, because you're not actively working on your core, because you're not like working on like trying to activate. Because when you're wearing high waist pants, you have a feedback of like something's pushing on your stomach.
Oh,
right?
So you instinctively
naturally kind of tighten your core a little bit. But when you're low rise pants,
you're free. All hang out.
You're free. I mean, I'm not letting it all hang out, but I mean, I think you don't get that feedback of like, oh yeah, there's like there's a muscle in here that I should be thinking about. You know what I mean? But I look at my waistline then, and I look at my waistline like post of like when I started wearing more high waisted, and I was like, oh, I understand. Granted, also I was in high school versus like not exercising versus like when I am now, so like your body changes from exercise. But my mom would always say that, and I was like,
she was smart.
Mm-hmm. But yeah.
I'm looking at the fashion coming back with the Gen
Z.
You're right.
Mm-hmm.
And
Gen Alpha.
It's like the 80s with the colors.
90s. It's definitely 90s. It's our 90s. It's like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. There's like a trend from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air to like Clueless is definitely like some of the looks from like...
90s I was in Singapore where we all...
Oh, yes. We wore school uniforms. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely like... I was like 90... The huge... There are... there was a brand called J&Co that was like huge, crazy, baggy, wide bottom pants.
Yeah.
Those are coming back. People are buying them on eBay for like $1,000.
That's insane.
For Genco.
You know what? We should keep our clothes now, keeping prime condition, and then like maybe 30 years from now.
No clothes stays in prime condition.
That's true.
None of my clothes can stay in prime condition.
I do not pay more than $30.
I am banking on once my children can keep their food on their plate and not on me, that I can eventually buy
nice clothes,
better quality clothes that's not going to disintegrate and
prevent
wash.
Everything I buy is just whatever's on sale.
Yeah. I can't validate myself with like buying I'll buy occasionally really, really nice things where I know, hey, I'm going to wear this on a date or a very special occasion. Mm-hmm. But otherwise I'm like, I'm not paying $30 for this t-shirt. I need to find that $5 shirt. I'm on Poshmark, like Goodwill. I'm like, what can I get high value return? What's my return on investment for these clothing? Because it's going to get demolished.
Mm-hmm. I get it now, the mom outfit.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. And I I follow some influencers where they're like, I would never wear this. Like, we need to stop making these our mom outfits. And I'm like, I get it. That's because you care about fashion trends and you care about and I'm like, right now, and also a lot of them all have older kids.
Yeah.
Or they have nannies, significant help. So I'm like,
sorry, I get frozen blueberry stains on me all the time.
Yeah.
So
all of my shirts have on the shoulders from Ty reaching over, grabbing me, all grease stained. Just grease stained. Just so many stains.
Mine is all from 참기름, sesame oil. Very Korean household is. Yeah. All right, I think that's a wrap.
Yeah, that is a wrap.
I mean, we could go on and on about what makes us feel old. But we shall stop here in case it turns into a rant. And all of this is tongue-in-cheek. We know that we are not old.
Yeah.
Age is relative. And when we're 50, we're going to look back and we're like, we were so young.
Yeah.
Look at my glowing skin then.
Yeah. Every large age gap, you're like, dang, I looked great back then. But also, it helps to commiserate while you're in it.
But Joyce, I do think you look great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Likewise.
Yeah. Do I look 21?
No, but you do look 30. I'm still honest.
Oh, wow. You know what? Put on some pigtails and wear a USC sweatshirt and...
No, I can never. I can never.
I recently went back to my school because
oh my gosh,
that's where I meet my best friend, one of my best friends, for dinner. And I was like, sorry, I don't blend in anymore. No. I used to be able to just blend right in with the college students.
Because the college students look like they're 12.
Yeah. To my eyes.
To my eyes. And we look old to them.
Yeah.
They know.
Yeah.
They can see.
The best I can pass off for is one of those grad students from China with the family who comes with the family.
We are PhD students.
PhD students.
We are PhD students. Those are always the old students.
That's I can blend in then.
That's okay. That's okay. We blend in with all of our other mom communities at least.
Yeah.
We blend in. All right. Let's wrap up in prayer.
Let's pray.
Okay. God, thank you so much for the gift of laughter, for the gift of humor, and for just being able to commiserate and for community, Lord. As much as we know that motherhood is such a gift and a blessing, it is also a gift to be able to be real and to accept the current state that we are in now, which is just a really tough season. I pray for the mothers that are listening. I pray that as they are going through their tough seasons, that Lord, that you will find ways to lift them up, that if their bodies are aching and they're feeling a little old, that it's okay to just feel that way. And also to remember that you are blessing them and that they are being sanctified and that the gift of motherhood is beyond just our achy joints. So God, as we move forward with our day or night, whenever we're all listening to this, I just pray that you will bless the rest of our time. And I just pray that the next time we hold our child, despite the fatigue and the aching, that God, that you just reminded us and whisper in our ears that you are working on something so much bigger than we could ever imagine, Lord. We thank you so much. And in your name we pray. Amen. Bye, Ummas.
Bye. Thank you so much for listening. If you've been liking our episodes, please follow, like, subscribe, or leave us a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts. We'd love to connect with you and hear your thoughts and feedback. You can find us on Instagram at the Old Umma Club or reach out to us at theoldummaclub@gmail.com. Gotta give a big thank you to Kevin MacLeod for our music. Until next time, Ummas, may the Lord bless you and keep you sane, hydrated, and fulfilled the way only He can.